of this video is to show you how to set up the Home Miracle iQube. So we'll just go over components here. This is your Home Miracle. Here's the charging cable for the player. Here's the audio adapter cable. In the back we have the charging port. Here we have the USB power adapter. And we have a USB charging cable with a micro USB end. Here's our audio player. This is the player holder. Clips onto the unit. Here's an audio splitter and an audio cable that will go to a speaker. Here's a mini speaker and a charging cable for the speaker. So the first step, we're going to plug in our micro USB power cable. You're going to put the smaller end, the tapered end up, you can see, and just push that in there. The other end, of course, will go into our USB power adapter. This is a high amperage power adapter. You can use others, but we recommend this one because it has a high throughput. On this side, we're going to plug our player cables in. And the first thing we're going to do is plug in this audio splitter. So you can see the color code will connect the red end to the red end here. This side will go to the speaker, and then the male side here will go right into the player. You can see that audio port at the bottom. So just push that right in there. And then the other side, we're going to plug in the power port, which is a micro USB cable. So I can get that in there. Just there we go. So once those are plugged in, there we go. We're just going to set the player into the. We're going to put that into the player holder here, which is this guy. This is magnetic. If you turn around, you can see that little yellow to yellow dot. This is where the magnets will attach. So I'm going to set that there, and then we'll just rest the player. I'm just going to line this up and push that down on there. It'll grab that silicone player cover. Here, if I can get that lined up and just push. Yep. So that magnet will grab, gives you a little bit of wiggle room in case it gets knocked around. Now I'm going to plug in the power. I'm going to plug this into the power strip, this power adapter. So the USB cable provides power, and now with that power on, we can see that player is coming on, and it's showing that it's charging. So we just need to tap this power key on the upper left side here. If I tap that, you can see the player's waking up. And it's already playing the Miracle soundtrack here. The numbers are counting, and my volume is at 60, which is where it should be. Here's the volume control on the side underneath the power key. The bottom side is to turn down, the top side is to turn back up. We'll try to keep that at 60 whenever we can. And now we see some red blinking lights, which means that the Miracle is getting a feed from the player, and it's working. So this will start to produce energy now. This is the other end of the splitter. It goes out to your speaker, the blue ends. So we'll grab the mini speaker here and we'll plug that in. So on the side of the speaker, you'll see there's this blue dot, there's a flap. If you lift that up, you'll see the charging spot and the audio cable port here. So I'm going to grab this springed audio cable, and I will plug that into the speaker and then into the other side of the splitter. So I'll just lift that flap up and insert the audio cable, and then the other side, we'll just go to the other side of the splitter. So blue to blue, and plug that in. There we go. Plug in the charging cable. another micro USB cable. There we go. Now we'll plug the, once I get this in there, now we'll plug the other end into that charging adapter. So now that that's powering up, you can see the light. This is the power key. Press and hold that and you'll start to hear some sound. You can control that audio with this little plus and minus here on the side. Plus will make it go up, and minus will make it go down. When you control your audio volume, you always want to do it on this speaker. If you change the audio volume, here's the power key. You want to keep the audio volume on the player. You always want to keep that at, unlock this. Keep that at 60. That'll ensure that the home miracle gets the maximum volume and stays high, and the speaker will control your sound volume. So if you don't want to hear the sounds, you can just either turn that off, or you can turn the plus minus down on that little mini speaker. As long as you have blinking lights on top, then your home miracle is producing the energy, and your setup is now complete. So if you have any questions or issues, don't hesitate to give us a call.